Liberal filmmaker Michael Moore believes that if the 2020 elections were to take place today, President Donald Trump would win by a landslide. But, according to Moore, Trump would win based on the Electoral College, not the popular vote. I think if the election were held today, Hillary won by 3 million popular votes. I believe whoever the Democrat is next year is going to win by 4 to 5 million popular votes, he said during an interview with Democracy Now! There's no question in my mind that people who stayed home, who sat on the bench, they're going to pour out, in California, New York, and, but also in Texas and whatever, I mean, places that Trump will probably win. But yeah, there's going to be a much higher percentage of people voting against him. Although Moore believes Democrats can obtain the popular vote, he believes Trump would be successful in obtaining electoral votes. His reason, support for President Trump has continued to climb. The problem is, if the vote were today, I believe, he would win the electoral states that he would need, because, living out there, I will tell you, his level of support has not gone down 1 inch, he said. In fact, I'd say it's even more rabid than it was before, because they're afraid now. They're afraid he could lose, because they watched his behavior. So they are voracious in their appetite for Donald Trump. That's the bad news. Specifically, Moore pointed to the typically liberal groups who he believes will vote for the Democratic candidate: women, people of color, and those who are younger, all that on our side. All we have to do is make sure we don't give them another Hillary Clinton to vote for, he explained. Moore said the Democrats' biggest error would be trying to push a moderate candidate, like former Vice President Joe Biden or Sen. Amy Klobuchar, even though he doesn't see a truly moderate candidate running. Instead of throwing aside their convictions and views, he argued, the Democratic Party needs to cling to them, so we have to take this by the reins, and it's gotta have the courage of our convictions to fight this. And if we do this, Trump won't win the electoral states. Remember, Hillary only lost Michigan by 2 votes per precinct. That's it, he explained. And it's not because Lunch Bucket Joe stayed home or voted for Trump. It's because, when they talk about the working classy, Amy, this just drives me crazy. Oh, Trump won all these working class votes in Michigan and Pennsylvania. No. What happened is the Democratic Party didn't stand up in the way that they should have for what the youth wanted, for what the people of color needed, and there were 90,000 people in Michigan that went to the polls, mostly Democrats, in very large numbers, in Detroit, Flint, Pontiac, all these black cities, majority black. They stood in line in the polls for 2 to 3 hours to vote. According to Moore, these people voted Democrat down the ticket but left their vote for President blank because they wanted to send a message to the Democratic Party: you forgot us a long time ago out here, and we will not put up with this anymore. We're not going to vote for Trump, but we're not going to tolerate you sending us another Republican-like Democrat, he said. The Democratic Party needs a candidate who will excite the base in the same way Barack Obama did in 2008, when people were excited to cast their vote for him. Let's block ads. Why?